Sorry, I forgot to go ahead and post a... Oh, my fucking back. Oh, I forgot to post a caption to the live so that way people know what the fuck this is about. 8, 7... That's the one. My fucking back. This pinched nerve is just annoying. It's like that fucking brother that doesn't want to get out of your damn room at 7 o'clock in the fucking morning. Ugh. Alright, let's go ahead and do the breakdown. Almost done. Welcome, new viewer. Welcome. Doing market breakdown at the moment. I need my hands to go ahead and mark out these charts, so y'all are going to be looking at me for the minute. Market opens in 10 minutes, 11 minutes. Although it is going to be 8:30 our time, market opens up at 9:30 their time. Cutoff time 11:30. Just straight up shit the bed, huh? It's crazy. There, 9:50, 10:10. All right. I need my eyeballs. It's not the proper eyeballs that I want, but it's going to be the eyeballs that we get. Cool. Let's go. All right. Sorry for the little bit of shakiness, but I hold my phone. I don't have a tripod at the moment. Anywhoosies, let's do a top-down analysis to see exactly what's going on. So, I used the weekly chart itself to determine exactly what we're doing. It doesn't give me too much. The weekly chart doesn't give me too much information, although it does tell me just a little bit. And that little bit being that market is bullish just a little bit. So we go down to the day. Okay, so what is a breakdown exactly? Like, what is a market breakdown? A market breakdown is you doing your analysis, you getting data to determine which way the market is going within the day. After that, you can determine, this is also called a daily bias. Once you establish your daily bias, you're able to then determine whether or not it is sufficient enough for you to go ahead and take that trade. Because ultimately, you want to be able to have a strong daily bias before ever taking your trade. Why? Because your daily bias is going to dictate which way your trade is going to want to go. So the weekly, we're bullish, cool. Daily, we're doing a lot of fuck shit. We're doing ES is doing a lot of fuck shit while we're still doing a lot of fuck shit. We're consolidating out the ass. All that is just consolidation. Consolidation is nothing more than just price going up and down. Another way of saying consolidation is, another way to label consolidation is by saying that it is looking like barcode action. Because when you go to a grocery store and you go to like scan something and you look at the barcode is up and down, right? You just see lines up and down. Well, here you could see that this is all nothing but barcode action. Yeah, we get a little bit of a spike right here, but nonetheless, we go right back into barcode action. We go right back into consolidation. So for the day, what I like to do is look at this. What I do is look at the 4 candles that had formed prior, and that tells me exactly what I need to know for the day. So if a high and a low is formed, that means a high has been formed on that end. Now, what am I looking for after that? I'm looking for a third candle to break above this first candlestick. The wick of the candlestick, I'm sorry. Once that does happen, initiates a break of structure. How do we see a break of structure is definitely going ahead and happen. What is a break of structure? A break of structure is nothing more than a shift in direction. We have that break of structure right here on the daily time frame, which means price is going to go ahead and look up, has the possibility to look up. We go in further to determine that. Give me 2 seconds. You guys have to look at the sky while I get my book. We need the notes. We need the cheat sheet. All right. So if we're looking for a buy, we're going from the swing low to the swing high when it comes to equilibrium. So we're taking it from this last swing low up to this swing high. Oh, up to this swing high. Up to this swing high. And then we're waiting for price to come down, touch into equilibrium, or touch into discount, and then go up. Ooh, we even see that very same thing on ES. But ES is on its way to actually touching this line where NASDAQ isn't. Well, that tells me within itself that ES has the potential to go ahead and be the leading index to the upside, because we are already respecting this equilibrium range. We're actively pushing down into this equilibrium range where NASDAQ itself does not have enough buying power to go ahead and do so. Am I running to the fucking racetrack with that and putting my bet down? No, I need more confirmation to show that it's actually going to be valid. So now that I have a daily bias, which is price has the potential to go up today, what am I doing? I'm just patiently waiting. We're just sitting here patiently waiting until 9:30 to open. After 9:30 opens, we're not taking a trade right away. We're still waiting for data to go ahead and form around 9:50. If the setup presents itself at like 9:40 to 9:50, cool, awesome sauce. But normally speaking, 9:55 is when we go ahead and look for the trade setup. Now we're going to go to Forex Factory. Forex Factory gives us all the news that is happening for this day that will affect the market. And we can see that at 7:30 we had unemployment claims. That did not come out yet. Yeah, the data for that hasn't come out yet. So it's looking bullish. The last forecast was bullish. So we've already had a sweep of liquidity to the downside with NASDAQ. ES, we've also had that sweep of liquidity to the downside. If we're looking to seek higher liquidity to the upside, what I want to be looking for is this low possibly to be taken out on ES. Yeah. You get taken out on ES and then switch over via break structure, inverse for value gap, and then target highs here, 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 and final target all the way up there. Sorry. I promise this will get better. You guys won't have to worry about me holding my phone like this forever. But that's kind of what I want to see if we are looking to be bullish. Yeah, I want to see these lows get taken out if we actually flipping, or we don't even need these at the lows down here and just respect this or not respect, but use this liquidity right here to the fly. But we're still very early in the morning. Still very, very early in the morning. So, I'm not going to be holding my phone for that long. Y'all are going to be watching me for the time being. Just gotta patiently wait. Just gotta patiently wait. Honestly, with draws being what they are, we need one sick ass manipulation to the upside. Yeah, we need a sick ass manipulation to the upside in order to go ahead and target out these highs. Because as we're sitting right now, 4 hour has the potential to close below the last 4 hour low. It has the potential to do that. But if my bias is correct for the day, we're not going to go ahead and need to do that. Although we'll sweep out liquidity to the downside and, further up. But that's all speculation. That's like liquidity has the potential now to go ahead and further into London or prior session lows to then sweep liquidity to the upside. But at the same time, if we don't necessarily get that break of structure, actually let me go into the 1 hour. So we have a fair value gap on the 1 hour that's being respected right now. If we just, wow, holy shit. Alright, so as of right now, we have liquidity swept to the downside. If price wants to go ahead and further lower, then cool. But NASDAQ right now is actually ripping. Still very early. Let's see if we get an SMT divergence. Let's go ahead and see if we got an SMT divergence from here to here. Yep. I mean, not really. Not really. 4 hour time frame. Is that a 4 hour low? No. That's a low. That's a 1 hour. So, like I said, price has the potential to come down, touch this low down here on ES, because we're closer to those draws of liquidity than NASDAQ itself. NASDAQ is all the way the fuck down here. But at the same time, we still have the potential to just go up. Why? Because we have already swept liquidity to the downside. All we need now is a break of structure to the upside, inverse for value gap. And we get that inverse right here. Not really. Don't let me lie to you like that. It's a fair value gap right there that we could have used for the inverse. But we're being patient with this. This whole thing is all about being patient. We don't want to be too patient, but patient enough. So after the break of structure, we get the fair value gap. Break of structure right here. Fair value gap being filled. Break of structure. Fair value gap. After the fair value gap, is there a inverse gap that I could use? And I find that inverse. We come up, respect, come back down, and I'm respecting again and inverse it. Cool. Cool. What I want to see as well, break of structure. I want to see EQ be respected. Do we got a 15-minute inverse? Not inverse, SMT. No. But we're fucking actively pushing. Alright, so we pushed out of this range. Do we get... We need a break of structure or the inverse. Boom. Come down, come up. It's no longer valid. Alright, so now what I'm looking for is a break of structure on the 1 minute. Or the inverse for a value gap. Price comes up, price comes down, price comes back up to inverse it. Because right here, price created the fair value gap, respected the fair value gap, and now we're coming back into this to create the inverse to the upside. The inverse fair value gap can be seen as a break of structure to the upside. But what I need to see right now in order to get more confidence to say let's go is a break of structure to the upside. If this motherfucker just wants to fly up here, then we're done. I mean, the trade is done. There's nothing more that I can do. I need to see a break of structure out of this. Or actually, no, I don't need to see the break. I don't need to see the break. I need to see the inverse for value gap that shows that there is definitely a break of structure happening, and we get that right there. Target that up to the high. Go into the market. We will go for 300 to make 6. Now we're in. And if we're wrong on this trade, we're wrong on this trade, but we know for a fact which way the general direction for this is wanting to go. Which means we're able to then enter back in with a smaller amount of profit to then capitalize on bigger moves. And honestly, we might not even go ahead and take a full base hit, which means we might not take full TP. I might just run it up to here. What is this? 3. Yeah, I might not even take the full base hit. I might just take it up to here and call it a day. When you're trading, you don't necessarily want to go ahead and take full base hits. Why? Because the market has the potential to go ahead and take out this high right here, come back down, use these smaller, well, there's seconds, so take out smaller orders on the second time frames to then go up. It has many possibilities after hitting this. Or we just flush to the downside and just say, fuck it, we're making more retracements. ES is looking pretty nasty, where NASDAQ itself is actually holding pretty strong. So my general bias was wrong when it came to which index was going to be the leading in one. And that's okay. That is alright. What matters is that you are able to go ahead and catch that mistake before it actually bites you in the ass. Because if I would have had to take the trade on ES, that would have been my ass. That would have been my ass. I wouldn't say I would be scared that price is going to come down and touch my stop loss and take me out completely, but I'd say for a certain fact that I'd be worried. I wouldn't be scared, but I'd be worried. Where NASDAQ right now, I'm just like, meh. You know, if it happens, it happens. We went in with 3 contracts, so I might actually just take profit off the table when it reaches this point, and then move my stop loss just a little bit so that way I'm risk-free off of this trade. This is just about how much I would like to risk. Have a 200 tick pool. I mean, that's kind of high, but again, that's why we have take profits here, so that way if price does even want to fuck around and find out, we'll be alright. If price inverse this gap, we might actually just kill the trade and go back in. Why? Because it has the potential to go further down. I'm hovered over this closed position. I'm telling you, if that motherfucker closes below this box, we're done. I'm closing this trade and we're looking for another re-entry. But if it closes above it, we have the potential to say that you're good. But we'll see what happens with the next few candles. Probably should have been a little bit more patient with this, because now what we're doing on the 5-minute is trying to retrace into equilibrium. We're trying to retrace into equilibrium. If we actually retrace into equilibrium, we're done. That's it. The equilibrium's right here. Take profit. The stop loss is right there. So we actually might respect the equilibrium. Yeah. Close the position. We're going to respect his equilibrium right now. And if not, oh well, then we're back in. But I really think on a higher time frame, we're about to go ahead and hit equilibrium and then soar higher. That's what I should have waited on right there. But that's all right. That's fine. We took that little bit of a loss. What is it? I'm trying to get that shit right. Took a 207 loss. That's fine. I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. I still know where price wants to go for the day. I still know what we're doing. Price didn't even bother. That's fine. What we can do is say that we're looking for this inverse. to go higher. We'll go in with 5 contracts this time. We'll go in with $200, almost 3. And if we're wrong, then we're wrong, and then we're done. But hey, fuck it. We know for a fact that price, that we would have been good. We would have been good. We would have been fine. But we just stay patient, just stay cool, stay calm, stay collected. Look at the data that is being presented to you, and make sure that you're making the right calls. Now, do we have the potential to go ahead and still hit stop loss? Yeah, most definitely. Why? Because we still haven't hit equilibrium. But as of right now, NASDAQ is not wanting to, where ES might actually want that. Why did I re-enter without going back and doing a full breakdown from the 5-minute? Because we already did a 5-minute breakdown. What we're looking to see is a 1-minute inverse gap being respected. And we get this inverse gap right here. So I have just slight confidence to say that this entry would work just based off of the information that I've already had on higher time frames. Yes, I did say that price has the opportunity to come down here and test equilibrium. But at the same time, price has the opportunity to come back up here and test this fair value gap. No, that's not even a fair value gap. Oh, okay, so yeah, I fucked up. Okay, yeah, I fucked up. I'll admit that. I fucked up. How did I fuck up? Where did I fuck up? Let's break that shit down. Well, first off and foremost, we get the break of structure in the 5-minute. Cool, fine and dandy. That's exactly what we want to see. But what we also want to go ahead and see is this equilibrium being respected. What is equilibrium being? What? Let me stop right there. Just because we have equilibrium, and I'm really fucking myself up right here. In order to go ahead and see continuations, we need to go ahead and have a EQ, which was this, or a fair value gap. We do not get a fair value gap right here. There's no fair value gap. The only fair value gaps that we see are a 1-minute, and the 5-minute. Now, I would have thought that this right here would have been the fair value gap to have used after the break of structure. But that's wrong to say, because this candlestick gave us the break of structure to the upside. So what am I going to have to do now after the break of structure to the upside has already been established? Well, what I should be doing next is looking for equilibrium to be respected on the 5-minute, and we get that right here. After that, what I should be doing is looking for that break of structure to the upside in a 1-minute down here in discount, showing me price is ready to go up. Right now, we're not ready, and that's where I fucked up. That is where I fucked up cold-heartedly just now. Not waiting for equilibrium to be filled like I said it was going to be. I'm a fucking... Like, so there's times I don't even listen to myself when I know I'm right. There's a lot of times I listen to myself when I know I'm right. It's just fucking crazy. Alright, so we're going to need price to come down here or give us a break of structure here. I mean, although we get a break of structure here and it's out in a discount. Actually, no, that's what we want. We don't want to see this. Yeah, so, yeah. So for a buy, we want to come down all the way, see a break of structure out. For a sell, we want it to be up here for the discount. So if price can just come down further, lower into discount range, that'd be great. And maybe my general bias for all this, hey, if this plays out the way that it plays out, I think it's going to play out, my general bias for ES was actually right. I just was impatient. So now I need to go ahead and see. We just gotta wait for the inverse. I'm gonna delete this, because this is gonna fucking throw me off. We got the touch. I want to see price go lower, but it might not. If it doesn't, it gives me to break a structure here. Cool. Entering, going long up here. And that is why we stay patient, ladies and gentlemen. That is why we stay patient. Because shit like that can easily happen. Yeah. No. ES might be the leading downside. NASDAQ is the leading upside. So, do we get a fair inverse? See, I don't like going off of inverse fair value gaps all that much. I like using bricks of structures just because bricks of structures actually hold more power. So we get the inverse right here. I might be a little bit late to the party now. Alright, so with this trade, we'll actually go ahead and make back just a little bit of money that we lost today. Yeah, ES is the leading downside, while NASDAQ itself is the leading upside. I had to go ahead and put the stop loss here, because putting it down here would have equaled out to a shittier fill. But I should have fucking done that, because now we're going to actually properly hunt down into this. Don't you dare move your fucking stop loss, motherfucker. Don't you dare fucking move it. You want to put your mouse right fucking there. If you lose this trade, you lose this trade. Oh fucking well. Who fucking cares? You knew what you did wrong. You knew you should have put your stop all the way down here. Put your fucking targets all the way up here. You knew that, so leave it alone. Leave it the fuck alone. What really does matter to me in this instance is knowing that I followed my rules. If I get stopped out, I get stopped out. Why did I get stopped out? Because I wasn't fucking listening to my model. Very simple, very straightforward. It's just as simple as that. I know the model works. What doesn't work is me sometimes applying it. Why? Because I get too enticed by price. There's a lot of time. There's times where I do see myself saying, "Oh, it's going up," when I should take a step back and say that candlestick hasn't even fucking closed just yet. So why are we even bothered with how much money that could possibly be? Who gives a fuck? Who gives a shit? I should not. What I should be worried about is my model working in the favor that I thought it was going to go for the day? If it is, that is a win within itself. That, although I just lost 2 trades, knowing the general bias of the flow for market is a win within itself. Why? Because our jobs as day traders is to predict where the fucking market is going. Anybody that says you shouldn't be predicting where market is going is nothing but a fucking hoax. It is nothing but a fucking liar. I'm actually going to move my take profit just a little bit further up, and then once we hit these levels up here, I'll take out for whatever we need to then secure just a little bit of profit. And then after that, I will move stop to break even once we take out that, to then have risk off the table just that much more. So I should have just, to start off, I should have been very, very patient and listened to my bias, listened to my thought process when I said I should have waited for equilibrium to be filled instead of counting on that fair value gap. Why? Because fair value gaps don't necessarily hold as much power, in my eyes, with my experience, that I've seen more than a EQ level will ever do. We're still holding strong on the 5 minute. If we could just get out of this fucky ass range that we're in right now, that would be great. Because ultimately, on a higher time frame, we're bullish for now. Yeah, we're setting up to be decent, but can it hold? That is the question. How long will this hold for? How can you tell how long it holds for? By the other highs, the other insignificant highs in the smaller time frames. Once those are hit after liquidity, okay, so let me explain that. You'll have a liquidity sweep, and after the liquidity sweep, you'll have a break of structure. After the break of structure happens, you'll then see lower liquidity and smaller time frames then be hit. That is insignificant highs and lows in the market being flushed. How do we know when market is going to go ahead and flip on its head after it's already done that first process? By either liquidity being swept to the upside or the break of structure to the downside. Or no, we need the liquidity swept to the upside. Then the break of structure to the downside to signify that there is going to be a shift in order flow. Right now, all we will have to go off of is this insignificant high to get tapped out, which is fine. After that, we're not looking for order flow to go ahead and reverse completely. Will it retrace and take out smaller lows? Yes, but it will not go down all the way into prior session lows down here to be hit. What it would need first is liquidity to the upside to be swept, break a structure to the downside to be had, to then show that market is looking to go further down. But if your question being is, how can we tell if market is going to go ahead and retrace on its ass after liquidity and break of structures happen? By simply looking at insignificant highs in the market, which would automatically be your take profit levels. Why? Because we want to get out of the market once this level is hit and we see that the retracement is about to happen. Because we honestly don't know how big the retracement is. I don't know how big this candle is going to print. It could print all the way the fuck down here. It could print right here. It could do whatever the fuck it wants. It could do whatever the fuck it wants to do, right? So that's why we have insignificant highs marked out for take profits while we're in the trade. Because at any point, market has the opportunity to come down, retrace, take out these lows to then use as fuel to go higher. As you've seen over here on, we can't really go into smaller time frames like seconds wise, but you can. I promise you, there are orders here on smaller time frames than the 1 minute that have been hit by this candlestick to use. Like this low right here was hit on a smaller time frame to then use as fuel to go higher after the break of structure, after EQ was filled, to prove that price is done with the order flow to the downside and looking to go up. How much further? Well, it depends on if we actually get a retracement off of this high right here. And as it's looking, we might actually, it might be fucky. That's why I want to pull out just a little bit of fucking cash, so that way I don't have to, I'm good. I gotta be good. Honestly, with the first two trades, that would have been it. But I'm paper trading right now, so honestly, that should have been it, because I'm just applying more bad habits to be had. All right, so we broke that. I will do that. Take profit off the table. And now, after I've done that, I am now completely risk-free. Okay, well, I wouldn't say risk-free. Yeah, now I'm completely risk-free off of the trade. If it takes me out, it takes me out, but that's fine. At least we have $100 in the bank to walk away with, instead of literally fucking nothing to our name. Like, okay, so we have $70. It wasn't able to pull out as fast as I wanted it to. The only reason why we have $70 right now is because we had to pay back what we owe off of this amount. Or, I honestly had the opportunity to just kill this trade entirely. Did I remove stop loss? Oh, fuck me. Oh, fuck me. Fuck me. Fuck me. Whatever. Once we hit this high, I'm closing the trade. Oh, there it is. Can I have it back? And we just sit here and patiently wait for this motherfucker to go. I am, with 100% fact, wanting to close when this high gets hit. Why? Well, can't really see the high. That is a session prior high that is waiting and just waiting to be hit. Now, remember what I said earlier, once we go ahead and hit higher liquidity to the upside, we're then looking to see if we have a break of structure to the downside, or via inverse fair value gap, to then show that price is wanting or has the potential to switch its direction to the downside, fill all these orders over here, either continue on further or go back up. Like, it's all up in the air. But I honestly just want to pull out right here. Hello? No, so yeah, well, I'm just gonna close out that trade entirely once we actually do hit that level. Why? Because as you can see right here, price is not even it. If I wanted full confidence to say this was going to be the next take profit level, I wanted to see price flow through here. I wanted to see it flow like fucking water into there. Oh shit, we already hit. Not bad. I mean, although we lost just around over $600, we made we put that down a little bit. 654, $400 with a $148 P&L overall. It's not bad. But as you can see right here, as I said before, price has the possibility to hit this, then give us a break of structure to the downside, then show that price wants to go further down. I personally did not want to fuck around with this. Why? Because it's once we hit higher time frame liquidity, we're just going to retrace back down lower. But the question being is, how much lower are we going to then retrace? Because if we stayed in the trade, yeah, we might be good right now. It will definitely hit this. And let me stop that. Let me stop that. Let me stop that. I can't keep speaking with strong belief like that. But it's kind of hard not to do that when we see that price came in, respected this fair value gap, used it as a fucking stepping stone to go higher. Or didn't even want to come down here, didn't even need to fucking touch this fair value gap. So the possibility is there to go up further, and although it might actually happen because this high is looming above this high. But as you can see, my point being is why I broke out, why I took out. It's because I didn't want to continue having to worry about this retracement. I don't want to worry about this. I know where my target is. I don't want to be. I got greedy and moved take profit up here. When take profit should have been this. That should have been it. And that's a good trade. That was honestly a good trade. But again, I don't want to worry about this shit. I don't want to deal with this. I know for a certain fact which way the market wanted to go. I knew, looking back at hindsight, I should have been patient, waited for my confluences to show itself, to then go longer. That right there is a fucking win for me. I don't give a shit. Like, I care about how much money I just went ahead and lost, but at the same time, I know where the fucking market wants to go. I know that my fucking model works. All I gotta do is just be patient enough to let it work. And see, as we're talking, as we're speaking, we're retracing hard. Like, I don't want to deal with that shit. I don't want to deal with that. Because that right there is just bullshit. Yeah, that's only... what is that? It's 70, 80, 91, just about 28 points. I wouldn't say that, right? Right? Is it 28 points? Oh, okay. 32 points. The 32 handle up. What about from here to here? Alright, so asking market to come up another 73 handles. That's doable, but not after how price was acting up here. Price couldn't even bear to fuck around with this high. Like I said, if I wanted to see price hit this high right here automatically and stay in the trade along with that, I needed to see price close. Like, I needed to see price flow through here, body, wick, and all. And then at that time, I don't even want to see the closure. What I want to see is just price work up and down. If price is working further up in the upside, that's giving me just like one more tick of confidence to go off of. Because then if I have a full body and wick close above this high, that means we have a break of structure. That means we're about to go up. But as you can see, with this wick right here, we closed above the high with the wick. What does that tell us? Liquidity was swept. What are we looking for now? On smaller time frames, we're either looking for the inverse fair value gap to happen right here. We got the fair value gap. If price breaks below this, gives us the inverse, then we're looking for EQ. Or, no, we're not even looking for EQ because we already have that happen by... We already have the break of structure shown with... not break of structure. I'm so sorry. We have the confirmation that price is looking to go further down via the fair value gap or the equilibrium. So we have this right here. We have fair value gap being respected. That's not, no. Respecting the fair value gap is going up. Disrespecting the fair value gap is going down. So this is not what we need. Sorry. We need to break a structure, or the inverse fair value gap. Inverse fair value gap. Confused the fuck out of myself. We need this because this is the inverse. We created the fair value gap. If price wanted to continue up, that is holding this fair value gap to be true. But if we inverse it, we are then creating the inverse fair value gap to then look for break of structures to the downside. But price could all, like I said, price could just come down here, fill in here, touch fair value gaps, and then use it as a stepping stone to go higher. And that might actually happen. But let's see if it actually does hold true. I don't know why I keep deleting that. It's force of habit, actually. I'm gonna be completely honest. It's a force of habit. After I'm done with my trade, I would usually close out the ticket itself. If we break a low below this fair value gap, then this is going to be created as an inverse. But we need a 5-minute closure. We still have just about 2 minutes left in it. About 1:40 actually. So like I said, if this inverse fair value gap gets respected, we have the possibility of it creating a break of structure to the downside, which in turn flows further down. This kind of reminds me of the same price action we had last week. I'm not gonna cap. Yeah, I'm not gonna cap. If this shit comes all the way the fuck down here, like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh, hell no. That's crazy. Okay, so after seeing all the consolidation on smaller time frames, we could have automatically assumed that today probably wasn't going to be like a home run move kind of day. Today was a base hit kind of fucking day. Just because the natural trend is up. No, it's not. No, it's not. We don't even have a general fucking direction right now. No, it's not. In order to go ahead and see a continuation to the upside, we need to break a structure on higher time frames. Either a 4-hour, hourly, or 30-minute. We need to see this break a structure. Okay, well, no. We had all these highs being formed, so that means this is no longer the break a structure. We need to break a structure with this high right here that's going to be filled and printed out. But like I said, this is primarily the reason why I wanted to get the fuck out of that. Because we're going to retrace. We don't know how big the retracement is going to be entirely. That's why we get the fuck out of there. But, what do we do? What do we do? We did not close below this fair value gap, which in turn is having price go back up. So, if we can maintain bullish flow to the upside, then we're good. But if we close below this inverse, then that's it. That's all she wrote to the upside. That is all she wrote to the upside. Yeah, we couldn't even bother to fill. Actually, hold on. I might be looking at the wrong fair value gap there. Bear with me. We're gonna go to NASDAQ. Yeah, so that's up there. Alright, so ES went ahead and closed below this inverse fair value gap, where NASDAQ itself is fucking about. So which in turn is telling me that NASDAQ, or ES, is the leading cause to the downside right now. And as you can clearly see, that is fucking true by these gigantic ass candlesticks to the downside, where NASDAQ itself has big ass candlesticks to the upside, but none to the downside. You could see right here, price does not, like, it's doesn't even want to go further down, because on NASDAQ, it's wanting to go higher. ES capitulated, just fucking capitulated. What I tell you, I don't know how far this retracement is ever going to go, but if we have confirmations to show that that is happening, we should get the fuck out of the trade. Like right now, if you were still in this trade, your best bet would have gotten the fuck out of here. Actually, let me stop. Let me not do that. You had the potential to get tapped out. Or you have potential to go ahead and actually hit take profit. But with how everything is forming right now, it's kind of hard. But again, with being patient comes with rewarding. So what that means is being patient would give us more data to go off of to then confidently say, instead of like right now being iffy, I would confidently be able to say, okay, yeah, this is happening, just because more data is being presented to me. It's called the P.R.O.O.F Model for a reason, because it's proof that it works. Motherfuckers. I didn't just wake up one day and like fuck around and just did this. I learned this shit. I learned every bit of this. We might actually just retrace a lot further down. I'm really curious to see how Timmy did today. Ooh, this candlestick on ES. It's wanting, like, price wants the upside. But that retracement, nasty. And with how things are forming, there might be a possibility to the upside still. What would confidently have me say that again would be the inverse for value gap being the fair value gap respected. We did not close below the last low, which would mean that this fair value gap, it's still holding power. So we'll see what happens. Right now, the candlestick is actually closing above that. Let me show you. But what did I say? Let me not speak too soon. Let's let this candlestick close in its entirety. We're actually seeing that closure on ES as well. Okay, so this gives me one more tick in the confidence bucket to say that price is looking to go further up, but we did just make a low. We made a low right here. So now, although we couldn't get the inverse for value gap, we still had the potential to get the break of structure to the downside via break of structure and the 5 minute. So there's still potential to the downside, but at the same time, with how we just closed above that fair value gap, that gives me one tick in the confidence bucket to say, you know, price is looking up. We just need to get out of this fucky ass range, as we did when I entered. But me personally speaking, I would have been glad that I got out of the trade when I did, just because of how this shit is. I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you, because right now, if price wants to go ahead and revisit these fucking lows to the bottom right here, shit. If price wants to come back down to these lows, and then print another candle to then come back up to these highs, we're back where we were right here. This is just another retest of this shit. And that's exactly why we get the fuck out of that damn trade. I'm telling you, Price has the opportunity to do some fuck shit, man. Price has the opportunity to do some fuck shit if you give it the opportunity. If we break below this low right here on the 5 minute, then that's one tick in the confidence bucket to say that we're going lower. And that's 1 for 1 if that happens. But it would actually be a 2 for 1 at that point, because break of structure happened along with the inverse for value gap. So 2 for, but we have another 2 minutes and 40 seconds to determine whether or not this fair value gap wants to hold itself. If we go into the higher time frames, we'll go into the 30. Jesus. This could just be a 30-minute retrace. No, we're actually retracing across the board right now. Sorry. We're actually retracing across the board, and on top of that, we're coming back into these levels down here. Now, again, we have the potential to just use these lows as fuel to go to the upside, but at the same time, if we break below this low right here, that is telling me that price is looking to go further down. I'm not going to say that price is looking to go down in its entirety after we close below this low, because I need more further confirmation on the 1 minute via break of structure or the inverse for value gap to be had. This is it's just a confirmation on the 5 minute, and after that we would need the fair value gap on the 1 minute to show that price is either the 1 minute or the 5 minute to show that price is wanting to go lower. That didn't make any sense. I'm so sorry. Let me make sense out of that. Hold on, let me fucking open this door. I'm telling you, man, if it gets stuffy in this bitch, I'm useless. My mind cannot properly function. Or in heat. I can function in heat, but it cannot be fucking humid. Anyways, after we see the break of structure happen, what we're going to want to go ahead and do is look for EQ levels. Let me get rid of this EQ so that way we don't get confused. Then, so we are going to see a break of structure appear on the 1 minute after the 5 minute has closed. And on the 5 minute, we have just about seconds left for this candlestick to close right here. But this candlestick, although is all the way down here, it could, for like the past, with the last 5 seconds, come back up to this level. It could do that, and it can have the potential to do that if it doesn't want to hold to the downside. Alright, so we have a closure. Let's see if we can actually hold below this low right here. Let's see if the break of structure is actually wanting to hold itself, with this fair value gap right here being disrespected. If that happens, we're looking for shorts. Like, shorts are still definitely the move. And honestly, this might have been the high time frame move instead of this small ass little fucking effort up. I might actually enter. If I get a break of structure, sorry. Let me fix this. Let me fix this for you guys. Sorry, I'm trying to see if there was another fair value gap to be had, but there's not. The only fair value gap we have in the 1 minute's right here. Again, if we're looking to set a ticket down for an order it's really good to have take profit levels already set. Because why? The price has the potential to go ahead and flip on its ass and go the opposite way after hitting those areas of interest. So if we get the inverse here, or if we get a break of structure down here, then we're looking good. But we know for a certain fact that ES itself is wanting to be the leading index to the downside, not NASDAQ. And we've already would have missed that move. Yeah. If I could get a retracement up to these levels, then I'm putting stop here. But I highly doubt that we're going to give me a good retracement. Yeah, we've missed the trade. We've missed the trade. This right here would have been it. So we see on the 5-minute time frame. I don't know why I was looking at fucking NASDAQ while knowing that ES is the leading index to the downside. Here to here, we have EQ being met. Do we got the break of structure? Yeah, we got the break of structure. We have EQ. We go back in. Yeah, that would have been the entry from here. Take it to there, and then here, or here. Actually, no, we didn't miss the move yet, did we? Yeah, we just tagged out that low. Oh yeah, we missed the move. We definitely missed the move. Okay, so if I wanted to go ahead and take that trade here, you can put it at the fair value gap, or you can put it at the high. I would like to put it at the high. Then that would have been a good move. That would have been a very good move. Right there. I know I said I would have put it at the high, but it would have made more sense to put it at the inverse fair value gap to then target lower lows. And if I would have held it instead of just taking out here, push down further to go. You know what? Just to show that it would have worked. Let's actually just enter in. That's not a really good trade, but just to show that it would work, we'll enter in. Like, this is a shitty trade. We never want to go risk $300 to make $200. You don't want to do that. But I'm doing this to show that that setup would have worked in its entirety. We're gonna go ahead and target these lows down here, and then just wait. But seeing as we've already hit a small time frame low down here, we might not actually go ahead and want to seek out this low to the downside. But we'll see. 15-minute structure is looking good. 30-minute structure is looking good. Yeah. So taking this continuation trade would have worked out in your favor, but honestly speaking, this right here would have been the move. This right here, cold-heartedly, would have been the move. Right here. Cold-heartedly, without any doubt in my mind, would have been the move right there. But I'm only doing this, I'm chasing price to just prove a point. And I shouldn't do that. Because, again, just because we hit this low down here, we have the possibility to come back up, retrace, and do some fuck shit. So don't pay attention to this trade. Don't pay attention to the continuation trade. Although I do want to see it. I do want to see it play out. I do want to see if it actually does play out. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. What are we doing? Nazi, what are we doing? I know good and damn well you are not the leading index to the downside. So what are we doing? Look at that. It's fucking disgusting. This is an hourly time frame, people. This is the hourly time frame, and we have nothing but fucking barcode action happen. Fucking barcode action happen. It's fucking disgusting. Fucking disgusting, mate. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. Again, this is all proof that this shit fucking works. But, again, if you honestly would have just taken this trade all the way down to the tippy top, down to the tippy bottom, right here would be where you want to pull. Whoopsies. So if you were still in that trade from the beginning, when I first marked it out, that right there would have been your take profit. This right here. After blowing through this low, pulling down right here, and then going. If you were still in this trade from up here. This would have been your take profit. Or this would have been your take profit. Or if you really wanted to hold until final take profit all the way the fuck down here, then yeah, you could have done that too. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. I will actually take profit off the table right now. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. Damn. They gave me a profit of 225? How? 901. No, I read that wrong. Give it to me, baby. Yeah, we'll just hold it. Wait, did I enter in with another fucking contract? No, I took money off the table. No, I did not. I added another fucking contract. God damn it. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay, so I should have... Fuck. Okay, that's where I fucked up the last time. Damn it. Okay, we'll buy back a contract right there. Fuck. That's where I fucked up the last time with my other account. With the big account, that's where I fucked up. So if you are looking to take profit off the table, you need to be very patient. You need to be very... cautious of what the fuck you're doing, because if you pull up your order ticket and say if you wanted to take one contract off of this sell, and you are up here in your DOM, you have your sell and you have your buy. If you don't click sell, or if you don't click buy when you're in the sell, you will be added on a contract to your order, which isn't a good thing, because now it just added on to the fucking price. That's why I didn't see all that money just now, because I just fucked myself 10 times harder than what I should have. Whatever, you still see it. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. And that's how you fucking do it. Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all.